I'm not afraid to fail
Oh, interesting.
or to start anything.
All over.
I see many people when they think about I want to go do a course in school and they are thinking about it's going to take like 5 years, and in their head they're already scared. Oh, I don't think I have 5 years to do this. The truth is that even if you don't do it, even if you do it, 5 years will still come and go, right?
Right.
Why don't you just do it? So that has sort of like shaped me to know that if you want to start something, just start. There's no good time or worst time to start. It just always has to be start. So that has shaped me to be like a determined person.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How's it been?
Omo, Lagos is a very crazy place. I wouldn't lie. I hate being in Lagos.
Interesting.
Like I
Compared to Abuja, right?
yes, actually. I mean Abuja is a very, very cool place.
Mhm.
Good people, no traffic, nobody's trying to rip you off. I
Interesting.
mean, so to be honest,
Yeah.
I do think there are some good upsides to Lagos. I love the hustle spirit
Yeah.
where like it's a round of opportunities you can make anything happen.
Yeah.
But there's just something about Lagos that I can't place my hands on, where everybody expects you to move at their own pace and
Yeah.
at their own time.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, it's just terrible. But hey, we're here.
Right. So let's just go into like the human side of
Uh,
things. I really want to understand who Daniel is, right? Can you describe yourself in 3 words?
oh, so I mean, 3 words.
Yeah.
That's that's like I think the one thing that do describe me very well is determined.
Okay.
Like I'm very determined, and that's the only word that I can use to describe myself. I mean, people ask you 3 words, and you go, "Oh, um, genius, hardworking, blah 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 blah." I genuinely just think I'm a
Determined
determined person.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I say I'm going to do something, best believe that I'm going to
To
do
do
it,
it.
and no matter what happens, I
Uh-huh.
have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Walk me through like your journey, so far, the early life, where you grew up, what was like your environment like, and how did that shape you into being like a determined person?
Determined person. So I grew up in Anambra in a place
Interesting.
called Newe. I
I
mean,
served close to like
Newe,
urban.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So Newe, for instance, is I think the best way to describe it is if there's Lagos in Igbo land, it will be
In Nnewi.
Newe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. How about
So
Onitsha though?
yeah, Onitsha is also very cool, but then so there's this stuff that people say about Nnewi people.
Mm-mm.
It normally goes with that we are very corny people, like very
Ah,
corny in a way that we always try to outsmart the other
people.
person,
Right.
right? But I genuinely just think for we eyes that we understand business, like we do understand that life is all about business and compromises, right? So I grew up in this area where my dad before he died was an importer, so
Oh, nice.
Mission Pass is somewhere that I call like my area. And I grew up among men that I've seen people go from nothing to something. I've
Right.
seen people go from being just an ordinary apprentice to becoming like a boss of their own.
Oh,
So that's how sort of like shaped me to understand that when you are working hard for something,
mm-hmm.
it might take a while, but
Right.
if you keep at it, you are going to like get to where you want to get to, right? And what that has done for me is I'm not afraid to fail
Oh, interesting.
or to start anything.
All over.
I see many people. I see many people when they think about um I want to go do my master. I want to go do a course in school, and they are thinking about it's going to take like 5 years,
Mm-mm.
and in their head they're already scared. Oh, I don't think I have 5 years to do this. The truth is that even if you don't do it, even if you do it, 5 years will
Private
still
stuff.
come and go, right?
Right.
Why don't you just do it? So that has sort of like shaped me to know that if you want to start something, just start. There's no good time or worst time to start. It just always has to be start. So that has shaped me into being like a determined person.
person.
Yeah.
Now, growing up amidst like that setting,
Mm.
you have like importers and exporters,
Yeah.
in that setting.
Yeah.
Did you at any point think you're also going to become an importer and exporter? So the question is, what did you want to become growing
Yeah.
up?
Actually, so the truth was, even though my dad was an importer, I've never really been interested in the business
Business.
side of things, right? My entire dream growing up was become an astrophysicist.
Tell me more about
Yes,
that.
I've I've always so I've always liked the concept of the outer space.
Okay.
Like,
Mm.
so for example, like I wouldn't say I'm a Christian or I'm not a Christian,
Understand.
but then I genuinely do believe that there's God.
God
I
exists.
just don't think people
Mm.
understand him enough to actually know what his will is, right?
Is, yeah.
But the concept that there are human beings that actually study the stars,
Yeah.
they could actually do the mathematics around traveling to space and all those, that it has always fascinated me, right?
Interesting.
And I wanted to become an astrophysicist. But then along the way, something else
That's
happened.
another, yeah.
Something else happened when my dad died.
Mm.
Hmm. It now dawned on me that okay, you have to be something else.
Yeah.
So I actually studied pharmacy in school, and
Interesting.
to be very honest, I did very well as a pharmacist. But I also hated the business aspect of it
Okay.
because
How do you mean?
so I did internship in the hospital for 1 year, and most times people bring a prescription, and you are genuinely seeing the prescription that the dog is going to cost about 100K, and the person is going to be you will have to be taking it every month. So
Yeah.
like 100K every month.
Every month.
And you're looking at this person have not eaten today. So where's this person going to get the money?
100K
So I
from.
was always paying out of pocket with my
Really?
own money. And anytime I go home, I get depressed. Like cause I'm sort of like a very, very emotional person. So it gets me angry, and I was like, no, I genuinely do not think this is what
You
I
want?
want to do with my
Mm,
life.
mm, mm, mm.
So just in the culture of me not being afraid to start afresh, I quit.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
quit.
So we're actively working as a pharmacist at
Yeah,
the point.
at the point. So I quit, and then went went into tech. I mean, growing up, I've always programmed. Like
Oh, okay.
I wrote my first program when I was like 10, 11, but it was just me playing around things. It wasn't really something that I took serious.
Mm-hmm.
It just um growing up, I was not of like a know it all. I know things because I know them. It's not like I'll say that I was an expert or a prodigy or anything. I wasn't any of those. It was just something that I could do, and I just do them very, very well. So I mean, that has that has sort of like shaped me. So my journey went from wanting to be an astrophysicist to studying pharmacy in school, then doing internship for 1 year, and deciding immediately to quit to go into tech. So when I told my mom that I was going to quit,
Quit.
I mean, you know how African mothers are, right?
Right. Right.
It's more of Chinaecherem, like, do you is this what you want to do with your life? You mean, because there's this whole dream that is set up before you.
Right.
You want to deviate from it and
Do
go do
something else.
something that you're not even sure is going to work out for you. Yeah. So that was a question. When my mom asked me this question, I didn't have an answer to give her. It
Mm.
was more of anything but pharmacy, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But then I went to tech, discovered Solana ecosystem in 2020,
Mm.
and
Boom.
just like you said, the rest is history. Yeah.
History. Right. I'm really curious as to like what made you go down the rabbit hole of tech itself. What did you see that made you say, "Oh, I just quit, pharmacy, and I just need to go all in"? What was the drive for you? What made you determine that okay, I need to stick to this?
Obviously, number one reason I want to be rich.
Okay.
I mean,
Coming from like the point of like the business
yeah,
wasn't like
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
want to be rich, but I wanted to do a job that there is no life or death situation in it.
Okay.
For example, as a pharmacist, for every costing you are doing, you are
Mm.
thinking about if this person doesn't buy this drug, there's a high chance that they might die from the illness.
Yeah.
So as an empath, I'll have to pay for my pocket because I want to see you stay alive.
Yeah.
But as a software engineer, you give me work to do
You
and I
deliver.
tell you the price I'm going to do it for. If you can't afford me, you're not going to die from it. I can sleep in my house,
Right.
right? So it was more of what job can I do that wouldn't put me in a course, that wouldn't put me in a state of dilemma that I'll
Uh-uh.
have to lower down my standards or my price
Right.
because I need to help you out.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was a very much easy decision
Mhm.
to make. And the concept of building things from ground up,
Ground up.
I've been able to like open my laptop and build anything. It fascinated me. So I mean, it was we those were like easy decisions, and I couldn't go back to school to go study astrophysics, right? Because it was going to cost a lot of money,
Money,
and
right?
at this stage, my mom would even look at me twice. What do you mean?
Yeah.
After you wasted 6 years in school,
School.
you want to go spend another money to go? But it's something I'm going to still do. Like
Interesting.
I still have a whole lot of time on my hands, so maybe
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
probably after NectarFi,
You
I
could
might still
just
go.
side quest.
Yeah, just go give that inner child a gift, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. One question that popped in my mind was while you were like studying or like while you were building yourself in tech, did you learn anything that you think you want to pass down to somebody learning tech now? I'm sure like the dynamics already changed, but what do you think somebody watching this podcast who also wants to get into tech can hold from like your experience?
The truth is that once you start something, is going to be hard. I mean, I think AI has made everything very easy.
Easy.
You can open up your code today and build anything you can dream of. You can
Right.
open up Replix and build anything you can
Anything.
think of, right?
Mm-mm.
But I would genuinely still advise you to know the basis of it all.
Yeah.
Like when you close your eye, what do you want to be? Like where do you want this tech to take you to?
So
Most people will tell you, if money is the only motivation, don't go into tech. That's crap. If money is your motivation, let it be your motivation.
sure,
Go
yeah.
into tech,
Right.
become the best, and you're going to make money.
A lot of money.
Like people always tend to say, oh, you have to have other motivations aside money. Now, money is the number one motivation.
Motivation.
If you have other motivations, good. But if money is your motivation, heck, tech will make you money.
Yeah.
Become the best at what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Take the pain. It gets better with time.
Right.
So, whatever your motivation is, just hold on to that motivation, take the pain, and every other thing will work out.
Absolutely. So for those watching, take the pain and
Yeah, just take the pain.
everything's gonna work out.
Yeah,
Right. You briefly mentioned about how you transition into crypto.
yeah,
Do you want to go full on like the story? You mentioned 2020.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did know about Bitcoin in 2017,
Oh, okay.
but then it wasn't something I was interested in.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, cryptography as a whole have always fascinated me, and I've always thought about like I've always been thinking about. I mean, people are very smart. Like, have you ever sat down to think about Satoshi
Yeah.
and his gang? What were they thinking?
Thinking.
Like that made them build Bitcoin. Like so that has really fascinated me, right? But I never saw Bitcoin for anything above the whole tech cypherpunk feelings he gave
Feeling.
me. I
Yeah.
never thought about it from a point of money,
Mm.
right? But then And I've also believed that Bitcoin had a whole lot of limitations.
Okay.
Like it's very good as a store of value, right? But you can't actually build some sort of real world applications
Applications.
on it.
Yeah.
So there was not even any chance for you to have like some sort of imaginations on what you can build on
Build.
this, right?
Uh.
So for example, right now people have this utopia thinking that suddenly everything is going to run on the blockchain.
Yeah.
I, I don't believe that. Sorry, but I don't believe that.
Absolutely.
I genuinely still believe that the world is still going to be the world.
The way it
Like,
is.
yeah, blockchain might accelerate things, make them easier, but you see your KYC, your compliance, you have to do them.
Do.
There's no world where you are going to tell me that all of a sudden your banks will fail. And then, no, your banks will come and integrate the blockchain rules
Blockchain.
and
Yeah.
still use it. So with Bitcoin at that period, it wasn't anything more than the infatuation of the thinking about what these guys have been able to achieve with the white paper, where they are headed to. It piqued my interest, but I didn't get involved. When Ethereum came out, Vitalik, I'm like, oh, this guy is very cool. But I've never really associated Vitalik as a hero because he hasn't really built any apart from Ethereum. I've read most of his blog posts before he built Ethereum,
Okay.
but there was never really something about him that I was interested in. It was just Ethereum, right? So that just still piqued my interest to go into this blockchain thing. I think smart people are going into it. But then I saw Solana, and the stuff that interested me in Solana was Anatoly. It wasn't about the fact that he built Solana, it was that he worked at Qualcomm.
Oh.
And if you've used mobile phones and stuff,
Mhm.
you know that Qualcomms essentially have been a part of your life more than you can imagine
Imagine.
or more than you are able to admit. So that made me think that, oh, interesting. If this guy is building this, there must be something there,
The.
right? So that made me sort of like my first entrance into crypto was the Solana ecosystem, and I also thought about it that if there's a world where most of the stuff that we do runs on the blockchain,
Yeah.
it has to be on the blockchain that it has to be fast,
Fast. Yeah.
it has to be cheap,
Mhm.
it has to be secured, right? I mean, I know a lot of other chains have come up with the same promise. We have EOS. I don't know if
Yeah.
you knew
At the
EOS.
time. Yeah.
We have Ethereum Killer. But Solana didn't market as an Ethereum killer. It generally marketed as something else. I
Okay.
mean, it invented like Anatoly literally invented proof of history.
Mm.
Yes, so it was more of like genuinely that have never happened before.
Before.
The thinking that you can synchronize time between two validators was something that I think other researchers might have had a hard time trying to think
Figure
about,
out.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he figured it out, and it made me understand that if you can figure this out,
Mhm.
he can always figure out they can always figure out every other thing.
Other thing. Yeah.
Right. So I went full on Solana at that period. Like literally full on Solana. It was not even funny. Every paycheck that I got from my other side gig went into buying Solana.
So
Yeah.
interesting.
Literally went to buy Solana. Like during the NFT craze,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
quit my job, went into like working for NFT projects.
Oh yeah.
I probably worked at projects that you might have minted, but you didn't know because I was very, very much low key.
Yeah.
Even up to now, I'm even surprised how you got my Twitter account for.
Okay.
I was very, very low key. So I worked at a whole lot of great products,
Yeah.
great projects, right? And the experience of that there's always improvement in this tech over time.
Yeah.
For example, did you know the first NFT that was minted on Solana?
No.
It was called Digital Ape Academy.
Okay.
So Solana on its own wasn't ever meant to be a blockchain for NFT or anything as
Yeah.
it was supposed to be Nasdaq, something that would replace Nasdaq and
Nasdaq.
stuff. But Batosh like and Jordan they sort of like saw the whole um monkey ape stuff happening on Ethereum,
Ethereum.
and they basically invented MetaQuest. They invented the Candy Press machine,
Okay.
the Candy machine, right? And the first NFT was minted during Ape Academy, and people could experience how fast
Fast.
and how easier the user experience was. And I was like, nah, I have to be in this ecosystem. So that was how I got into crypto.
Yeah, really, really fascinating story. I
Mm.
guess because you were able to see like the journey of these different builders, one
Yeah.
stick with you, and you just went full
Yeah,
on,
I just went full
determined.
on into
And
it. Yeah.
at what point did you like determine to say I want to start building products? Because you've been working on projects, you've been working on different products. At what time did you say that? Oh, I want to do my own thing.
Did you read this book, The Accidental Civil Servant?
Nah.
It was written by Nasir El-Rufai.
Oh,
I,
okay.
in my own case, I'm an accidental founder. I've never in my life imagined be a founder. The main reason is because I think when you get into the arena,
Yeah.
now there are some things you cannot see.
Okay.
It's easier for you to be outside the arena to say that guy cannot fight well. You see the way they
Yeah.
are beating him.
Yeah.
But if you're in the arena, you are going to get so beaten up that you cannot even criticize another person. So I've always enjoyed being not in the arena,
Arena. Yeah.
right? But something happened.
Okay.
My friend Harry called me, and he was before Harry actually. My mom has always, the whole journey of quitting pharmacy to go do tech
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
go do blockchain. So in her head, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Right.
Like for real, like I keep on telling her that there's stable coin, you can transfer money across the world. She's always looking at me like,
Do you know what you're
what are
doing?
you talking about? Like to her it's always about keep on fooling around. Like you are going to you're going to wake up one day and realize what you did to yourself and probably go take up your job.
Job. Right.
So I've always wanted to have that one single app that I can give her that was built full on blockchain. I'm not talking about people integrating blockchain into the stack. I think that's very cool, but I needed something that I could give her to say that, oh, this is built on blockchain,
Yeah.
and this is what
You've been working on.
the blockchain could
Okay.
be all
Okay.
about, right? People can go on now, and maybe people watching this can go on now and think about why didn't you introduce her to Binance or Bybit? But yes, they enable blockchain, but are they really?
Blockchain.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really that. Like I was
Like
thinking
fully
something,
decentralized.
yeah, something about self custodial,
Yeah. Okay.
blah
Okay.
blah 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 blah. Those were the things that I told her about what blockchain enables. Now introducing her to Binance to be me also telling her that even though we had all this beautiful tech, we still cannot manage it. So we still have to go give your asset to a centralized holder to keep, right?
Yeah.
So when Harry called me that morning and asked me about that he needed somewhere he can put his money to earn yield, that question was funny to me because Harry, he's an OG.
Yeah.
We had Camino. There was Camino.
At the time.
There's many DeFi protocols he could put his money to.
Yeah.
Why can't he put his money there? Why was he asking me that question? Because in my head I'm like, if Harry doesn't understand this, that means that there's a whole lot of other people that do not
Not
understand this
understand.
too. And I was like, okay. I told him Camino and stuff, he was like, he's scared of connecting his wallet to anything. I does not want to be hacked. Like, okay. I I I was like, okay, cool. So me and my co-founder Emmanuel, we were working on something else
Okay.
in the night. So there's there's this stuff that I do very, very well where I can obsess over a problem over a long period of time. Like if I'm trying to figure out something, at that particular moment, I might be doing something else, but my mind is still in that problem. I'm still thinking about it.
Also.
I was thinking, how do we solve this? How do we solve this? Like, it was a question I was asking myself. Now, it now clicked to me. The Harry's fear was connecting his
Wallet.
wallet to anything. What if we can make it native in a wallet? What if there's a wallet that is native you can just move from it to Camino without having to connect your wallet.
Right.
That was my answer. I was like, yes, we've gotten the answer. And I called Harry down and so I was like, oh Harry, I think I know your answer now. This is how we are going to build it and blah 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 blah. And he was like, why don't you build why don't you build it? In my head I'm like, build what? This was exactly what I told my co-founder, Emmanuel. I was like, build what? Guy, we are living well. Like we had good jobs,
Yeah.
paying us good amount of money.
Money.
I mean, as a Nigerian earning at a global scale, we are
Right.
living fine.
Living fine.
Like, why do I need to come and start doing anything that people will now be using to come and be sending me DM? Danny, I'm using your platform. I think it's crashing or stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we've always worked on systems, on back ends. Like, NectarFi is actually like the first consumer facing product we're ever building.
Yeah.
So, but as time went on, something clicked for me. It was more of, I think I should do this for my mom.
Wow.
I think I should rebuild this for her. If not for anything, just show her that this is what you are going to use blockchain to do,
Mm.
right? Your bank account, savings account gives you how much? 0.5% or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You can get 4% here and see the same feeling, right? So that was the obsession. The first name that we called NectarFi was Margin Rent.
Margin land.
Yeah, it was a very stupid name. I don't even know how we came up with that name. We wrote it on the whiteboard, margin rent, and we had this. In fact, in our house, it's still there. Like, we didn't clean the board, we still pasted it there. So we called margin rent. Wrote about the whole DeFi protocols we are going to connect. Wrote about our competitors, piggyverse is among our competitors, and the whole pitch there was, you can earn you without locking up your money. Right?
Oh.
But that was stupidity, though. I'm going to explain why it was stupidity. But the name Margin Rent didn't sit well with me. I was thinking, Margin Rent. Why
Yeah.
would someone download an app called Margin Rent? What are they going to use it for? So I started thinking more. Then I thought about a bee.
Okay.
The
Oh.
You know the whole concept of how they are able to pick out honey, pick out nectar every single day to make honey with.
Honey.
By the way, if you've ever eaten honey in your life, I hope you know you stole it from the bees because they didn't make it for you. They are making it for themselves. Or hey, we are humans. We go
Right.
steal from them. So that whole journey of picking it up one by one, the little nectars are able to turn into something as delicious, as important, as nutritious as honey. That clicked, and that was where the name NectarFi came from. So the actual name is Nectar Finance.
Right.
But when we wanted to buy the
Domain.
domain name, we found out that Nectar.finance, somebody else already owned it. Okay, NectarFi.
Right.
And he went with that, and it was a hit. People loved the name.
Mm-hmm.
So when we launched the savings product, we quickly found out why people locked up money with PiggyVest.
Okay. And why is that?
People do not want access to the money.
Mm.
PiggyVest was making it easier for them to stay away from the
From the
money.
money, yeah.
So PiggyVest was actually solving the problem from them. It
Mm-hmm.
was not for a lack of better alternatives.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that
That's what you want.
that's what they wanted. And it was eye opening because, are you dumb? How do you want to keep your money with somebody else?
Else, right.
But we found out quickly that that was what people wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of killed the first version of whatever we were building.
Building.
Because now there's no PMF to achieve, there's no way to monetize.
Mm.
We also went back to the drawing board to think about beyond savings. Why do people save? People save because they want to make life happen for themselves, right?
Yeah.
If you're saving money because you want to be able to like, afford to buy a car
Goal.
tomorrow
Yeah.
and stuff. And we started thinking about it from a holistic point of view. Beyond savings, what else can we offer to people?
Mm-hmm.
That was when we came up with credit.
Interesting.
That was why we went all in into building credit. And there was this story that happened where someone that I respected wanted to buy NectarFi, and and the person reward us very very well. It was an insult to me because the person was like, building a startup is not easy, and it becomes hard. You can move in with your mommy and stuff. I was like, I mean, the money she called to her, it was life changing money for me because obviously I'm a Nigerian,
Yeah.
right? So it's going to be life changing for me. But I just after that meeting, I tweeted on my Twitter, I wrote, "I'll blow your mind."
Okay.
Yeah, like, it was sort of like a middle finger, like, "I'll blow your mind. Don't worry." I'm sure the person didn't know that
That was so
it was a beef. It was a
okay.
beef. I'm like, I'm taking up. I'm not like, okay, now I'm going to have to blow your mind. And I told my co-founder, I was like, dude, we can't fail. We are going to have to quit our job.
Oh.
Yeah, we quit our job. The plan was that people think we are going to fail, so we might as well not fail. We quit our job and we went all in,
Yeah.
and we figured out that people need credit. And people that so when people think about banking, for instance, there's a lot of misconceptions with banking.
Mm.
If you don't get enough service from your bank, it's because they don't think you are worth that service. You know,
Wow.
when we think about overdrafts and
Mhm.
credit, we think banks in Nigeria do not offer overdrafts and credit. They do.
They
You are
do.
not just the target audience.
Audience.
You know, right? If you are like a level 5 civil servant, your banks will finance your car
Yeah.
because they know you work in the government. They know you have a steady flow of income. But if you're a freelancer working in one company that the banks do not even know, or you're working on Upwork, even if you're earning 10,000 per month, your banks did not care. As long as they are concerned, you don't have a steady flow of income.
Right.
You might as well be a Yahoo boy. they don't they don't really care. They are not even going to do that for you.
Yeah.
So we now talk about the limitations of this credit. Do we solve credit as a vertical
Okay.
where we build out an infrastructure for giving people credit? Now, credit is all about data.
Uh-huh.
Even if you build an algorithm for credit, how do we use it? Are you going to go to the banks and tell them, I've built something interesting. Can you allow me to deploy my algorithm into
To your
your balance
system.
sheet, into your system?
Mhm.
The banks are going to shit out of their office. Are you going to go to Phantom or Software or all these other wallets and tell them, we built an algorithm, a protocol,
Mhm.
will allow us to deploy it into your wallet ecosystem itself? They are not going to agree to that. So we also then decided that we might as well build out the full experience.
Yeah.
So that's how the NectarFi wallet came about.
Came about. So, like in simple words, you've been mentioning NectarFi. Just define NectarFi. Walk us through, how it evolved. You already touched a brief on how
Yeah.
it evolved from like a savings app to what it is now. So, just define NectarFi in like simple terms.
So I mean, if you go to our Twitter bio, I'm going to read it from our Twitter bio so it's
Okay.
easier. I
Yeah.
mean,
Sure. It says most crypto wallets stop at trading.
yes,
NectarFi builds your credit profile too.
yes. So if you're using Phantom, if you're using other wallets, is more of they're just taking the fees from you, giving you an avenue for trading and everything. But what we do at Nectify is that we're taking it a step further. For every action you take inside Nectify, we're able to like figure out data for you and just like build your on-chain credit score
Credit.
for you. Yeah.
How do you go about building like an on-chain credit score?
You go about it by building
I guess you don't want to share.
it. I mean, so we do have something we built in house, an algorithm that we built in house. We're going to publish the white paper very soon,
Oh,
but
okay, nice.
for now we are not. I'm not at the liberty to share that.
Yeah.
But what we do is that for every action, we have like a set of points that we will give to every action, and then we weigh it above average every end of every month
Yeah.
and determine who this person is. Let me give you an example. If you're a freelancer, you earn $1,000 every
Every
month.
month.
You have a NectarFi account. Because NectarFi will give you a virtual account,
Yeah.
so you can receive USD payments, Euro payments, and then the money is converted to USDC into your NectarFi app. What do you do with this money? If you are someone that you earn $1,000 and then immediately it comes in, you took it out. The way we think about it is not perfect, by the way, but the way we think about it at that moment is that you are not someone that have a savings culture. But you get this money, you took 500, put into a savings account to save the money.
Yeah.
200, buy Tesla stock or any stock.
Yeah.
Spend 100, give 200 to your mommy, keep for something. Like we're able to like pick out these different actions. Are you someone that gambles a lot? Do you buy every meme coin that drops?
That drops. Yeah.
And if you're buying meme coins, what is your profit
On each trade.
on each trade, and how often do you lose money?
Right.
We're able to determine all of this stuff. But that's why we do it. Like every single thing you will get from the other wallets, we built everything inside NectarFi plus more. And when I mean plus more is, for example, the end goal for every crypto wallet is to become a money app.
Mm.
Like everything just become a fintech.
At the end of the day.
TikTok is launching their own card.
Interesting.
You think they are not going to enable people to send money with each other with TikTok username? WhatsApp is going to launch a stablecoin payment infra very, very soon, and they're going to win because they already have data points.
Yeah.
Imagine where you can chat with someone and also send them money
Money.
immediately inside the chat, right?
Yeah.
So the more we did with NectarFi is that now you can put your naira into NectarFi and buy any token you can think about, and buy US stock and everything. Before you can buy US stock as a Nigerian, now you need to go download other apps like Bamboo. So now you compare the fees that you pay. I think you pay up to like 3% on every trade on Bamboo,
Bamboo.
and you still do not own these assets.
Asset.
It's on the balance sheet, right? On NectarFi, our fee is less than 0.5%.
Interesting.
The more experience we build out, the more we want to make it easier for people that are both crypto natives
Yeah.
and non-crypto natives to come inside the app. Before, if you are in USA and you want to send money to someone in Nigeria, the thing that you do normally that you do is you get, either you have some of these fintech applications
Yeah.
and you copy your USD virtual account. They have USD virtual accounts,
Account.
which are very cool, by the way. Copy your USD virtual account and use ACH or instant payments or wire and send the money. There's no way it doesn't take up to 1 hour or 2 hours to refresh. The fastest of them all will take 1 hour to refresh, right? I'm not even talking about the fees you pay. I'm not in business of comparing fees. If you think your service is worth 5%, by all means charge 5% for that. People that could afford it, that you are genuinely solving problems for, will use it. That's why I don't subscribe to all these this person's rate is cheaper, this person does not charge fee. You need to charge fees to keep the system running, right?
Yeah.
What we did with NectarFi was this, that you don't need all of these virtual accounts or anything. You can genuinely just download the NectarFi app, use your Apple Pay, and load money into NectarFi. Once you use your Apple Pay to load money into NectarFi, it settles under minutes, and you can send money to whoever you want. So let's say there's an emergency at home and in the US, they don't have time to wait for hours to clear for your USD this thing transfer to clear. You can use Apple Pay and just pay them. So think about instant payment. So NectarFi, we excel very well at instant payments. P2P payments are very cool. We took it a step further. We give you a Nectar tag.
Yeah.
Why bother about wallet address? I want to send this to Solana. The first thing you have to do is send me your wallet address, Abi. But NectarFi is not the same thing.
Interesting.
What's your Nectar tag? Give me your Nectar tag, and I send it for you. There is no mistake anywhere.
So you guys have abstracted all of.
I've started everything. Heck, we also have chat inside NectarFi.
Yeah, I was about mentioning also.
Yeah, we also have chat inside NectarFi, and it's encrypted. It's easily encrypted. You don't have to take my words for it, but Many of these chat applications have a lot of limitations around encryption. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we are going to compete with WhatsApp or Telegram.
Telegram.
No, we are not. We are never going to. But the important things that make sense to you that have to be transactions, why are you not doing them where your money is? Why do you want to do OTC with someone and you're doing it on WhatsApp? Look at the typical conversation. Yo, bro, what's your rate? Is 1,500.
All right.
Please send your wallet. They'll send wallet. Please remember it's USDT Ethereum,
All right.
right?
Uh-huh.
Now the person might go and make a mistake and send it on USDT base. The money
Go on.
is gone. Let's say the person sends it to the network itself. You have to wait for 3 minutes to clear the account, to clear to confirm that it has come in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But right now, the way most OTC traders use NectarFi is that they onboarded every person that trades with them
Okay.
onto NectarFi. Because when NectarFi chat work is this: if it's someone you have on your WhatsApp or your contact already, you can see them
Oh,
inside NectarFi.
nice.
But if you don't have them already and they just got a username, they'll have to send you a request before you can chat with
Chat
them.
with them.
So for these people that already have these customers and everything,
Mm-hmm.
those customers can move their money to NectarFi and you can chat with them and do those businesses with them, right? So all these data points, like the important thing for me is to be able to like, get these data points of how you are spending your money. Because that's really what we are most very interested in. And when we think about credit, it's not we are going beyond just giving you money as credit. We also want to make life happen for you. Are you if you're a freelancer, I know that the most place that you get your money from is from Upwork, right?
Yeah.
And you've been earning this money for a particular month of like 6 months or 10 months, and Apple launches the new MacBook. Why can't I upsell the new MacBook to
So
you
you.
and tell you that, oh, do you know that for maybe $100 every month, you can get this MacBook now
Yeah.
and pay this $100 over a period of time. Right? Those are credits, but people do not understand that, right?
Right.
If you're earning a huge amount of money from your company, the company you're working for, and you spend up to 2 million naira on Uber every day or every month,
Yeah.
why can't I upsell you a car financing plan and go to Nord and tell Nord that, oh, this person is already spending 2 million
Yeah. On
on
over.
on Uber?
Yeah.
Why can't we give the person a car and they are able to pay 2 million every month on that?
Mm-hmm.
So when you really think about the vast amount of people that have been left unattended to because they are invisible. It's not like they are not worthy, but they are invisible.
Yeah.
You now begin to imagine the huge effect of what NectarFi is going to achieve once the adoption starts picking up.
Yeah. That's like, we like say 101 or like full blown masterclass on what NectarFi is all about.
Yeah,
I was about mentioning some of like the amazing features,
yeah,
on NectarFi.
yeah,
Take for instance from like the Nectar chart,
yeah,
the wish list,
yeah.
investing in stocks.
So that wish list,
Yeah.
funny story.
Okay.
We've never wanted to be the wish list. I'm going to be honest. Even on our Twitter page, whenever I see the intent post about wish list, I'm like, what are you doing? But wish list started from Zubi, super team lead.
Yeah.
Zubi came to our house one day, and we showed him something we built. It was a way for you to request for money
Okay.
from NectarFi.
Yeah.
Normal request. I mean, everybody has request. Cash App has level. I was
Mm-mm.
like, oh, this is interesting. Hmm. Why must it always be request for just payment of things? Why can't people also put their wish
Wish
list
list.
and request the money from their friends
Friend.
and their family? And if you want, you can make it public. Maybe a good Samaritan will just see it and
And
fulfill your request, your wish. We were like, why not? Like we just built it. But did you know that that wish list has been something very amazing because people have been using it in ways that we could not imagine.
imagine.
Generally, there are most times that I go to to the public wishes that are public, and I contribute some amount of money to people's wish list.
Right.
Being the secret Santa anonymously, and we don't even charge fees for that. It's just something that you're a student, you need to pay your school fees.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually get a NectarFi wish list and make it public.
Right.
If you make a good case on why this is your wish, we genuinely believe that there are many good people on NectarFi that will see that
And
and fulfill your wish for you, right?
mm-hmm.
So it's something that people have used it in ways that we did not even
Explain.
imagine
Yeah.
or expect that they use it. And I mean, well done, like well done to users for that.
And well done
Actually,
to the team also.
yeah, actually,
Yeah. So let's talk about fundraising, right? You guys raised like 170K pre-seed recently.
yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I'm really curious as to so many things. You guys have processed over like $6 million
Yeah.
in volume. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over 6
Over
million.
6 million, and that's like an amazing volume, and traction also. What did that journey look like behind the scene?
Raising.
Yeah, and what were some key lessons that you learned, and what does it look like now, having raised that amount of money for
So
NectarFi?
I'm not going to take the credit for this. I'm just going to put it out here. NectarFi have three co-founders.
Uh,
I'm the crazy one. Stephanie is the cool one,
okay,
and Emmanuel is also the cool one. Right? Let's just say
in between
all of us have our strength,
strength.
something that we pay in on. Like
Yeah.
I've told you before,
Mm.
I hate the business side of things. I'll rather build, right? I'll rather be on my laptop and build cool things that people are going to
Care
use,
about.
right? So the raising journey, I mean, the person that knows about it very well is Stephanie, because I mean, she handled the entire stuff.
Mm.
The only ask that we had was we didn't want money from just anybody.
Anybody?
We said no to like five people, five VCs.
Interesting.
And the reason was because capital does not build a startup. You can raise hundreds of millions and still fail. What generally builds a startup is at your early stage having the right partners, people that understand your business, and people that are willing to go the extra mile to see you win. Right?
Right.
So every single person that we took money from were people that were already using NectarFi. They were already NectarFi fans, and they were like, "Oh, for me to go this extra mile, you have to give me skin in the game.
Yeah.
I'll have to invest." I collected the money, right? We closed our round since like December last year. We didn't want to announce it
Announced. Yeah.
because why do we need to announce it? Right? But I mean, we just had to because it felt like if we didn't announce it, people wouldn't genuinely know that we raised or we are doing something cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, Harry was like, you need it for your marketing.
Yeah.
You need to announce this, right? So we announced it. So the journey, it was eye opening, right? People do not look at you except you start surviving, except you start doing some cool things. I know many people that wouldn't take anything with us. Immediately we announced, all of them they were now like in the emails. Why didn't you tell us you are raising or that you are closing? We wanted to invest in this and invest in that and blah 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 blah. So the journey was straightforward.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stephanie handled the bigger part of that. So I don't really have like any big opinion on that journey.
Yeah. What does it mean for NectarFi?
Raising,
Yeah.
you remember how I said I'm determined
Yeah.
from the onset.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about a world where NectarFi fails. Generally speaking,
Mm.
when people say startups have 95% chance of failure,
Yeah.
I call that crap. There's 5% that survives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why can't it be in the 5% that
5%.
survives? When we decided to go all in into building NectarFi, I told my co-founder, we don't have a plan B. This has to work,
Work.
right?
Yeah.
So raising that 170K was sort of like a semi confirmation of what we already knew,
Yeah.
that we were building something interesting. But now we have people willing to put their money where their mouth
Yes.
is. It wasn't just people saying that they believe in what you are building or whatnot. It was people betting money on you that we know you are going to make it or know you are going to survive. So it was more of like a confirmation of what we already knew internally. NectarFi is a generational company, and I've not said this anywhere,
Okay.
but if NectarFi fails, we fail, I will be like, NectarFi failure is us becoming just a new bank.
Okay.
But NectarFi being successful, think about
Upside.
the upside and the possibilities, right? So NectarFi is going to be a unicorn. I say this to everybody that asks me,
Yeah.
and how are you going to do it? We can do it and we will do it. So NectarFi is going to become a unicorn. But if we do fail, let's say we are shooting for the moon,
Okay.
right? And we are shooting for the moon of minimum unicorn valuation,
Yeah.
and we didn't survive that unicorn valuation, we become a global new bank that everybody uses.
Business.
People already use NectarFi in interesting ways, and we just have to keep on building, keep on innovating on things that people need. Everybody is going to go into stable coins. Every big company is announcing their stablecoin strategy. But there's something that we have that we do not have. I said this one time that everybody is going to include, oh, you can now deposit your USDC, your USDT. But what they can never do is give you self custody of your money. People think that self custody is not important. But a world is coming where you are going to understand that even if a company is regulated, you cannot assume trust. You have to control your own assets. So that's the world we're headed to.
Right. Right.
And that's why I'm telling you that NectarFi is a generational company.
Right. I mean, from all that you've said, it boils down to like being a determined person. That's like what
Yeah,
I've seen and
yeah,
going all
yeah,
out. From what you mentioned, right? You mentioned if you guys are going in for like the moon,
yeah,
right, and you guys do not get to meet that, and you guys become a global new bank that
yeah.
everybody uses.
Yeah.
I think that's still like that's not failure, right?
But to us
So yeah.
internally is is a failure. Right?
Right.
You know how I I just said I'm a crazy person. It's because genuinely I'm a crazy person. My friend Fermi is by the way badass marketer.
Yeah.
He used to tell me most times, Dan, stop thinking. Because anytime we have conversations around NectarFi, I'm always telling him the next thing we are going to do. It's like, Danny, can you rest? Like, Daniel, can you just let's just do this one first.
Yes.
Well, it's just a way of me always thinking about the next thing that I think people might want to use.
Mm-mm.
Right? But when people started using NectarFi to buy crypto, when people started using NectarFi as the phantom wallet was when I was like, oh, we might have been up to something.
Something right.
Because we have a whole lot of unwrap or ramp your Naira to USDC, but we don't have any native African application that gives you self custody but allows you to buy every token you can think about
On the go.
on the go. We don't have that native experience.
Yeah.
And NectarFi will be that native experience. I've never imagined a world where NectarFi fails. Most people tell you that as a founder, they are most sometimes scared of failing.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to me because we sort of already associated ourselves from failure. We've thought about what's the worst that can happen. And the worst thing that can happen is NectarFi becoming a new bank. And
Right.
it's still a win.
Yeah. You mentioned quite a number of things now that piqued my interest, but I'm going to be taking it one after the other, right? From always thinking, always on the move. And I think there are like two categories of founders that I've always seen. I've heard like Brian from Coinbase talk about it. I've heard like other founders talk about it. what bucket of founder do you think you fit into? The autistic founder or like the ADHD founder?
So it's funny as because I'm actually autistic.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually autistic. It's not something that, I mean, to some extent, it's not something that I like talking about.
Yeah.
But the downside of that is that I find it hard to understand social cues, like things that other people are talking about or might be thinking about. And I find it very hard to sort of like network with people, right? But the upside of that is I'm able to look in
Yeah.
on my own and
Yeah.
on my brain
Yeah.
and think about things and just figure out how to do things, right?
Hmm.
So, I'm not going to try to boss myself because the ADHD, the autistic stuff, and many people are going to say things like, Danny is okay, you are not weird. But it's cool to be weird, right? So I think the boss I'll put myself in the boss of the weird founder because
Okay.
I'm going to look at things that nobody has ever thought about doing
Right.
and say that we are going to do it. Father just announced they are building nursery.
Yeah.
Did you read the entire announcement?
I just saw like the
They are
brief.
doing things around USDM and
Mm.
they are able to invest inside the same app.
Uh,
That's NectarFi. But we're just 6 months earlier,
yeah.
right? So when you are able to think about the future, you build for the future. So yeah, there's that.
Tell us like some of like your biggest money investment, very briefly.
Money investment.
Like biggest money investments that has changed your life and biggest money failures.
I bought Solana at $8.
Really?
Yeah, when FTS happened.
Nice.
Yeah, that was almost life changing for me.
Okay, biggest money failure.
I heard it back down to $80.
Okay, so like it's still on the same
Yeah,
spectrum.
but then I always buy things like NFTs and meme coins, and I don't sell because community member,
Yeah.
and then I lose the value of it. But I love the I think what meme coins and NFTs do for me is a way for me to gain artificial adrenaline. You
Okay.
know that thinking of I'm going to lose this money, but it's exciting. You're like,
God, I beg.
yeah, that feeling.
Right. So, any last words before we sort of like bring this to a close?
Oh, last word. I think let's do a reverse.
Okay.
Tell me about Builder's book.
Interesting. Just like you asked, right? Builders Block is a podcast where I interview founders, builders, operators, VC in the African Web3 ecosystem, just to like spotlight what people are doing from this part of the world, emerging markets, and all of
So
those
why
things.
did it take you so long to have me on this podcast?
Access.
If we didn't announce our race, you would not have considered us, right?
Nah, nah, nah. Access, right?
Yeah, but actually it was nice talking to you.
Thank
I
you very
enjoyed
much.
the
Thank
conversation.
you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Yes.
But thank you.